This is Invented Strategies for Adding and Subtracting Fractions. So I have 5/8 plus 2/3 here. I went ahead and I drew a box, divided it into 8 pieces, and then colored in 5 of them. Then I went ahead and I drew another box, the same size, should be the same size, but I'm not that talented. And I divided it into 3 pieces. Now, to make sure and see that I can tell the difference between the two, I did one with vertical lines and one with horizontal lines. Because let's be honest with ourselves, if we went ahead and combined those and both were vertical lines, it would look like insanity. So I went ahead and I colored in 2 of my 3 pieces here. So now I'm going to go ahead and draw my next box. So if we add these, we are going to get, or we should get, this box. So now I'm going to go ahead and separate it into 8 pieces. Again, these are equal pieces. And not only do I need to separate it into 8 pieces, but I also need to separate it into 3 pieces. And again, we're going to do it horizontally this time because it would look like insanity if you did it up and down as well. Okay, so now we're going to look and see how many pieces we have. So, of course, kids would count them. So we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we have 24 pieces. And since that is your whole, that's going to be your denominator. Okay, so now we can start adding our colors in. So we have 5/8. I'm just going to go ahead and color that in the way it looks here. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now for the more complicated part, the 2/3. How are we going to do that? Because these green pieces are already taken up. This isn't multiplication where we're looking for where the where the colors collide. This is addition, so we have to add to this. We cannot overlap. So, in order to fix that problem, I'm going to go ahead back to this square, and I'm going to divide it into 8 pieces. Okay, so by doing that, I can now see how many 24ths 2/3 is. So 2/3, this is showing us that 2/3 is equal to, or the same as, then you would count them, 16 24ths. And that is why this works. So now we need 16 24ths. We don't have enough here, so I'm going to draw another box. Even though this is not equal, it's still going to show the same answer. Okay, so now I have 24 more. I need to color in 16 24ths for my 2/3. So I'm going to start with this one, and we're going to fill up one at a time. Okay, so now we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Oop, I got carried away. 15 and then 16. Alright, so now we already said that our denominator is going to be 24. So now we need to count and see how many we have colored in. So this is 24, so we can go ahead and put a 1 in front of this fraction because we filled in an entire whole. And now we have 6, 7, 24ths. Okay, so how would you do this with subtraction? So, if we had a subtraction problem with fractions, one half minus 1/3. So I'm going to draw a box. I'm going to use smaller boxes this time. So here's my halves and here's my thirds. So I have 1/2 and I need to take away 1/3. Alrighty, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to create another box, and this time it's going to be a little different. I'm going to go ahead and combine the two, and I'm going to say what I have. So I have 1/2. Just like I did here. Now I need to know how I can put these together on here. How much is 1/3 right here? How much would that be on here? So I'm going to go ahead and separate this into a half as well. And we can clearly see that this has 6 equal pieces, so that's going to be our denominator, unless we have to simplify. And it takes up 2 of them. So 1/3, this is telling us 1/3 is equal to or the same as 2/6. So now that we have figured that out, in addition, we would go ahead and put them here. This is not addition, it is subtraction. So what I would do, I'm taking away 2/6, so I'm just going to go ahead and cross off 2/6. And this shows me that I am left with 1/6.